What is going on, everybody? We're here. We're live. It's Thursday. We're back. Ryan and Jay back at it again on Geeks and Gamers Daily. Morning, Jay. What's up?
All right. So, got to get your opinion on something before we begin.
Okay.
Just got to know how you feel about all this. This is how we start the show. I don't know if you know this, but KFC is releasing a limited edition Mountain Dew peaches and cream flavor Mountain Dew with your bucket of chicken, baby. What do you think? Like, I know you're a Mountain Dew guy. I know you I'm a Code Red person, honestly. I think that's my all-time favorite Mountain Dew ever. So what do you think about a peaches and cream?
The best Mountain Dew is the original Mountain Dew. Code Red is also fucking awesome. But I'm kind of tired of all this other stuff. Your Baja Blast that's out there, your peaches, like, just stop. They did some like random one for a 4th of July thing one time too. Look, just stop with that shit. You got a good thing going on. Okay, you got a good thing going on. Don't fuck it up. Quit messing around. Peaches and cream. If I want to drink something that tastes like that, I'm not going to drink a Mountain Dew. So that's where I'm at. Tradition.
You like the original one better than Code Red?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not to say that Code Red's not nice every once in a while.
I gotcha.
I'd put away some Code Reds.
Yeah.
You know what they really need, since I am old now, is they need a Code Red Zero. Now, I know they exist out there in the wild in a couple places, but I don't see them basically ever. Mountain Dew Zero, game changer, bro.
Is Code Red still available?
You can get Code Red still.
I haven't seen that anywhere. I don't really
Code
hunt
Red
for sodas
Zero
much.
is what I need. Like that's what I need in my life.
So you don't like the fact that Taco Bell has a limited edition Baja Blast?
I don't need that shit.
Yeah.
I'd rather just have a Mountain Dew.
Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't really a Baja Blast person either. I think people bought it because of the fact that it was like limited to a certain store. Code Red is everywhere. It's a shout out. I haven't really bought that much soda, but I did put down some Code Red. It was Code Red and a pizza and an N64, little golden eye. It's a perfect night. Then a night fire. Perfect.
You know, back in the day when I remember the days when Pizza Hut had just come out with the Big New Yorker. You remember when Pizza Hut came out with the Big New Yorker pizza?
Oh, yes.
Dude, I remember days of
every
getting
Friday.
A couple Big New Yorkers, fucking case of Mountain Dew. It might have been around the same time, to be honest with you, that Phantom Menace was about to come out. And so I remember getting the Pepsi cans with the characters on them.
Yeah.
That was one of the coolest. I don't know why. I thought so at the time. I was 10 or 11 years old. It was one of the coolest promos ever. Was trying to collect all the different Pepsi cans or Pepsi product cans that had different characters on them from the movie. I remember I had them like all sitting on my nightstand. And like my mom was like pissed because she's like, you don't clean those out right. You're going to get ants in here and like blah, 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 this stuff. I didn't give a shit. I had all of them. Then one day I come back and they're all in the fucking recycling. They're gone. I was pissed.
That's what happened to all my original Star Wars action figures. Come back one weekend from hanging out somewhere and it's like, what happened to all my toys? You don't need them anymore. She only knew.
If she only knew.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a fun time. I wish I could go back. Being an adult kind of sucks, you know?
Yeah.
Just reality.
Yeah, I don't know about you, Jay. I had to fix my lawnmower yesterday. I cut half the grass and it just shut off.
Because you let your grass get too long, huh?
And it just looked like a problem. Well, I blew a fuse, so.
You let your grass get too long.
Yeah.
And it was having trouble chopping up all that shit.
Yeah.
Probably a little wet out there too.
Yep.
You're like, it can get through.
Yeah.
Those are the kinds where you're like, I let it go a couple days too long, but I can get through it. And you're fucking, you got a push mower.
It's battery operated.
Yeah. So you go, you go through there, you get like halfway down a line and you start hearing it's like, and you're like, oh shit, you pull it up.
Yep.
Bunch of grass comes flying out and it spins back up. You're like, okay, good to go. Yeah.
Literally my yesterday. That's right. And then it shut off and I was like, then you touch it and it's like, wow, this thing's really hot. Let me let it cool off for a second. Then it wouldn't come back on. Then I had to go on YouTube to find out, like, listen, all I have is like 2 little runway strips. It shouldn't take less than 40 minutes. But
40.
Yeah. Well, you know, I got to do the weed trimming, the edging, the blowing, all that stuff. So one of those things. Plus, it's only a 16-incher. So I don't have one of those 21-inchers that take up a lot of space, about 16 inches.
So you mentioning the length reminded me of a video I saw this morning that was really fucking funny, dude. I don't know why. I don't know why I thought this was so funny, but you're a big fan of Daredevil and Punisher on Netflix, right?
Yes.
One of the best scenes we've ever seen, that rooftop scene where they're just chatting back and forth.
Yeah, I saw clips.
Somebody did a little parody of it here. Thought it was good.
I think you're wrong. Which part? All of it. I think size is the only thing that matters. That's what I think.
And how do you know?
I just know. Look around this city. The first thing that anyone asks is how big is it? All they care about is inches. I think this world needs men that are well endowed. You and me
bullshit,
are the same.
Frank, and you
But we
know.
gotta do one thing that you don't. You give them back shots and they get back up. I give them back shots and they stay down. It's permanent. I take pride in that.
Let me ask you this.
Dude.
What about girth?
Oh,
Come on, Frank.
what, Santa Claus?
I love the camera angle.
The real world. Satisfaction. Frank. It's possible. Frank. If it's too big, it will hurt the cervix. Men with girth need another chance.
Oh, to be able to fit it in, is that what you want?
No, to try. Frank. To try. To fit it all in. And if you can't see that, you're so broken that not a good pair of gray sweatpants can fix that. You're too hard enough.
What did you say?
You're unhinged, Frank. You think you're God's one-man measuring tape, but you're not. There's girthiness in people, and you want to know why?
Yeah, what's that?
Because you're average.
Bro,
You're average.
that shit is fucking hilarious. Like, in part because although like the fucking costume is like so ridiculous.
Yeah.
But the acting and like the facial expressions are so spot on as a good parody. Yet it's obviously ridiculous.
Same as the camera where like when he turns his head, it jerks the camera.
Yeah. But you
Pretty
started
good.
talking about how long your fucking lawnmower is, and I just
Yeah,
thought
so
of
now after daily, I got to go out and finish the job.
pick up a fuse at the old Ace Hardware.
I took care of all that yesterday. Got it at Walmart.
There you go. Ace is the place, man. For
That's
shit
true.
like that, Ace is, well, I mean, if you don't have like a Lowe's nearby that has everything, Ace is the place. But I'm glad you found it.
Thank you.
Glad you found it. Alex McCarthy, S tier returns, Meta PC, code RK Outpost, or Beardo. Wow, Alex. Jay's here. How dare you?
It's all right.
It's all right. It was me and Beardo yesterday. Surprise, surprise. I wasn't expecting it till the day before. But what was I gonna say? I don't know about you, Jay. I'm fucking tired. Staying up way too late playing Mario Kart World. And we played till like after midnight sometime, like 12:20, 12:30. And so by the time I had to edit a video, make a thumbnail, get that out by 1 o'clock, do a couple other things. Bro, I can't do that. I got a good routine going on. And it just completely fucked me up. I feel like shit today now.
I bailed at 11, man.
I know
I had
you
to
did.
finish up the park hopping video. I was like, yeah, I know if I stay another 20 minutes, I'm not going to get it done. I'm just going to go to bed. I'll deal with the consequences later.
Clearly, I had a little more endurance than the other guys because the last round that we played, like with well, hold on. I think the last round we played with people, I think I ended up second. nobody else on the fucking stream was even like close. Like it was basically barely in the top 10. They played like shit. Then we did one without any locals people. And I think I got second in that one too. I think Johnny won that round, but had a couple wins. You know how it is. But
not really, but I did win one crown. And then usually when I win one crown, I'm done. After that, I just coast. I finished my night. I did what I came to do. I don't need to prove anything to anybody. Done.
There you go. There are some problems with that fucking game, honestly, with like the online play still. I don't think we noticed it the first time we played because it was just so chaotic and everyone was still learning the game and all that shit. But now that you like you're constantly hitting people and you see them get hit, but it has no effect to them. You're running into shit and like you're getting hit, but those people aren't losing their shit. It fucking pisses me off. Goddamn Nintendo.
It is funny that you could make Johnny triggered. Man got an anger problem.
Yeah, he got really upset. Like I didn't even like. I don't even think I said anything.
No.
Really. I was just like, man, Johnny, what's going on with you in this game? Because Jerry won like 4 straight times or something, which was infuriating. I was expecting Johnny to put up a better performance than that, because that's like his life. And so I said that, and he freaked the fuck out. He got really mad, and he like was bitter about it the entire.
I know the
night.
entire thing. He's like, I'm gonna lock it in now. I've got to win.
Yeah. I maybe he just keeps all of his rage in all week until a Mario Kart. Like he seems like maybe the kind of person that would do that. Yeah, that's not healthy. You got to let it out when it's there. You hold on to shit. That's not good. Like the key to managing your anger is one, just let it fly. When you get pissed, just fucking let everybody know, get it out, and it's over with. And also furious, consistent masturbation. Like those are the 2 keys to controlling your anger consistently. At least that's what I've found out.
I'm just generally a happy person. So
what's that?
I'm just generally a happy person.
Lucky you. Long and distinguished says, happy birthday, Lady Aaron D. Isn't it her birthday tomorrow?
Today is the official birthday.
Okay.
Of Lady Aaron D. Today is the day.
Happy birthday, Lady Aaron D. I'll say it with my chest because it's actually your birthday. So thank you, Long and Distinguished, my fancy wiener dog. I appreciate it. And so does Lady Aaron D. Tobias for 10. Speaking of endurance, had my longest stream last night with Red. Diving for 4 hours on the bugs to halt their Super Earth invasion plans. Probably shouldn't have gone up against G&G's gaming stream, though, but it was fun. Got to stream while you can, Tobias.
Yeah, it happens.
Kalekioki. Did you win last night, Ryan? I had a couple wins. Had a couple crowns. Had a couple wins. Could have done better. Christopher Friedrichs for 199. You can still get Livewire and White out in Utah. I remember. Do you remember Surge?
Oh, big time. I like had a big 79-cent sticker on the side of the can, or 99, something like that.
So
Surge.
I found I don't know about now, but 7 or 8 years ago, after it had like gone away, it had gone away like 10 years before. There was only a handful of places that carried it. However, when I lived in Virginia, on my way to work, there was a Wawa that had Surge, like 16-ounce cans of Surge. And I found him there. I was like, fuck yeah. So I'd stop by there almost every day, get 2 breakfast burritos and 2 Surges. I was a happy guy, man. I was a happy guy. Ever had the Wawa breakfast burritos?
I love the Wawa food. I don't like Surge. It's a little too potent for me.
Well, too much, huh?
It. Yeah.
I need that. I've just destroyed my caffeine sensitivity over the years, but
probably
give it to me.
Holy crap.
Mikey Gusler, Superman doing better than Fantastic Four isn't saying much. Still loads of screenies that are near empty. Super flop is inevitable. Thank you, Mikey. unbiased observer. I'm actually going to talk about that, Mikey, because yes, Superman did beat Fantastic Four, but now we're finding out about where it falls and why, again, it's not necessarily like people because of it beating it and because of the previews are like, wow, $1 billion incoming. And it's like, well, have you compared it to what it's going up against and what the comps are? So we're going to do that today and put some things in perspective. Cools for 199. Superman has me hyped. Fantastic Four will flop. I think they're going to end closer than people think. Alex McCarthy for 2 was a typo. Ailes' eyes failed. Thought it said drunk 3PO. Apology accepted. Alex. MMA Crease King Jr. for $10. What's up, Ryan and Jay? Just wanted to let you guys know that for the Homies podcast, we have Young Rip on tonight. Ryan, we got to get you on here. Jay, we want you to come back. We start at 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern.
I'd love to come back. Such a great show. A lot of fun over there.
Thanks for letting us know, MMA Crease King. I'll have to check it out. I am watching How to Train Your Dragon at some point today.
I think that's on my agenda as well.
There you go. Mikey Gusler for 2. Superman and Fantastic Four will both flop. High possibility. Young Staub for 2. Pedro got caught stealing women's clothes. Sus as fuck. Wasn't that for a skit on Jimmy Fallon? Like him taking Dakota Johnson's clothes or whatever. Almost Ward for 5.
Like
I beat Nightfire, and most of my deaths was me showing off like an idiot. After work today, I'm going to do some Max Payne on Twitch.
Nice.
Nightfire.
Nice.
Irish Skywalker, you didn't account for Alan.
Oh, man, forget that guy.
Yeah, some dumb bitch named Alan fucking riding a dolphin. Riding a dolphin. Were you there when Beardo mispronounced Josie Wales?
No, I missed that one.
But you know the Clint Eastwood movie,
Yeah.
The Outlaw Josie Wales. Fucking classic.
Yeah.
Incredible Western. He said the outlaw Jose Wales. So, of course, we immediately got some memes about it. See if I see one on locals here.
Jose Wales.
Yeah. The outlaw Jose Wales. I said give him a sombrero and a mustache. Make him look like Beardo, maybe. The outlaw Jose Wales. That's just disrespectful.
I agree. I bet he's never seen the film either.
That is the most embarrassing. That means you've never seen the film. Now, I will say sometimes when and he admitted he'd never seen it, but sometimes when you're reading super chats, your brain's not necessarily putting things together. And even from like movies you've seen or references you should know, you're not thinking about it in the moment and you look like an idiot when you read it and don't recognize it for what it is. But, it's the world we live in.
Happens to me all the time.
Does it?
It does.
Nah, you don't say.
Good old Hosey. Oh my God. Jose Wales. I'd say Hosey.
Hosey
Wales.
I didn't hear what he said initially, so I thought maybe he said like Jossie or something. I didn't know, but no, he said Jose.
God, now I'm gonna say Jose Wales every time now. Freaking heck.
Well, you know that one dude that pops up, orangutan?
Yeah.
Because Jeremy, and you can't blame this on anything except inbreeding and mental retardation. But when Jeremy mispronounced orangutan, he said orangutan.
Yeah, orangutan.
Orangutan. Which is like, I get it. Orangutan is a weird word. Like if I had to spell orangutan right now, I'd probably be fucked. But if you see it, you're like, oh, orangutan. Okay, whatever. Orangutan. It means that he has never seen that word before. Like this motherfucker never went to a zoo. Like he's never seen the damn word before. Say orangutan. And it's such a ridiculous mistake that every time I see the word now, all that pops into my head is that.
Orangutan. I
Bro,
know.
Like that's now a hard word for me to say because of how Jeremy's mistake is so ridiculous and sticks in my fucking head.
Yeah.
Orange-a-Gontin. Like,
He's never been to a zoo.
yeah, motherfucker's never been to a zoo in his life. His zoo was the trailer park.
Do they have a zoo in Alabama? I'm sure they do.
I got a joke about it, but I won't say it. I won't say it. But yeah, fucking Orange-a-Gontin, bro. That's wild. But we do have some news about Superman, Jay. Let's get into this.
They dropped a little tree.
Try again.
They dropped a little teaser trailer yesterday. Did they not?
They dropped a full trailer yesterday.
Yeah, I think I sent it. I think it came out immediately after Daily yesterday.
Yeah, basically right after Daily, they came out with a trailer. And we'll watch the trailer as well. We'll get your thoughts on it. But they did drop a new Superman trailer yesterday to commemorate that they just officially released the tickets for Superman. Now, we had those big Prime previews that, were pretty big, and that those alone apparently did very well before the full release actually even happened. But certainly, between Marvel and DC, you got two movies that are very important for both respective brands, both respective IPs, and both respective companies, Disney and Warner Brothers, when it comes to Fantastic Four and Superman. They're facing off this summer. There's no doubt they're looking at each other's pocketbooks. They're looking at each other to see what these movies are going to do, because whether they want to admit it or not, they're in heavy competition, releasing 2 weeks apart. And we talked about this last week when it happened. Fantastic Four randomly just put their tickets on sale.
Yeah.
50 days before the movie came out, almost 2 months for the movie. That is kind of unheard of. That doesn't normally happen. But despite that, we got some huge news that was portrayed as just the biggest, most incredible achievement we've ever seen from a Marvel movie. How many times do we have to go through this news cycle? Isn't it fantastic? Marvel's Fantastic Four first step sold more tickets on its first day than any other film this year. Do you have your tickets yet? And people are like, wow, record breaking, the best pre-seller of 2025. And what do we say here on this channel? We have to put that in perspective. There really hasn't been too many big movies of this type that have been out this year so far. Now, you've had big movies, Lilo and Stitch, Minecraft, both big movies. But they're kids' movies, they're family movies. They are not ones that have big pre-sale days. They're ones that have a lot of walk-up business. A lot of people buy the weekend of, that type of thing. Not, first 24 hours, got to go in there and book it.
Yeah.
Those are reserved for the big comic book tentpole movies, stuff like that. So it shouldn't have been a surprise. Well, Superman very quickly just crushed Fantastic Four in ticket sales as well. So now they are the new record holder. That didn't last very long, did it? Superman becomes Fandango's best first-day ticket pre-seller of 2025. Now, what's crazy about that is that Superman did it with just the preview sales. So, like the special Prime Video early access preview, they beat Fantastic Four's full launch with just that, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But you gotta, like we like to do here on this channel, you gotta put it all into perspective, don't you? And when we got told about this massive Fantastic Four opening, well, it turns out that the numbers it sold on opening day, when you stretch it out, the first initial box office projections we have are $125 to $136 million worldwide. Or not worldwide, domestic box office opening. Certainly better than Thunderbolts, Brave New World, but also not an overly impressive number for a movie of this caliber for a summer tentpole to come out with. Superman, not much better. Similar to what I've seen with Fantastic Four just 2 weeks ago, Superman also delivered one of the strongest pre-sale kickoffs at the U.S. box office as far as comic books are concerned. Now, including the Prime Preview pre-sales, which started a day earlier, the first 24 hours were 1.3 times ahead of Guardians of the Galaxy 3, 1.1 times ahead of Fantastic Four First Steps, and just slightly under Thor Love and Thunder. Thor Love and Thunder opened to about 145 million. When you factor the Fantastic Four number in, when you factor in Thor Love and Thunder, you're talking about somewhere in the realm of $140 million domestic. Neither of those are the, oh my gosh, just fucking incredible. Look at these record-breaking, they're crashing all these apps. Neither of those are those type of numbers.
No.
Now, Guardians of the Galaxy, if you remember, had great word of mouth. Not a very impressive opening, but had great word of mouth, had fantastic holds, ran up to over $800 million worldwide, I believe. But a lot of other movies that have started out in that threshold have fallen off significantly because word of mouth was so bad. So it is better than Fantastic Four, but I also don't think it's to the level. When you look at these initial numbers, we got a long way to go. It's not the $180 million opening that a lot of people were suspecting was possible for Superman. And who knows what'll happen in the weeks to come.
I think it's because the Marvel brand has been damaged. So a lot of people might just wait and see what they're gonna do, and hear if it's enjoyable or not. Superman might even bring more curiosity to see how they're gonna run this new franchise, the James Gunn universe. So maybe that's where we are. I'm honestly, I don't think I've ever bought pre-tickets for anything. Or let me take that back. Maybe, going way back. I'm just saying recently, Endgame might have been the last time I did that. Well, but I don't think so. I think it was just playing at so many theaters that like getting a ticket wasn't a problem. But I don't know. But they're these people are charging an $80 popcorn bucket. That ought to tell you something.
Yeah, we'll see if that $80 popcorn bucket works.
I'll tell you something right there.
But
they got to recoup.
But it all did come, when they launched the ticket sales, they did give us a new trailer. You want to watch it, Jay, and get claimed by Warner Brothers?
I heard there's a tooth scene in there that I've been seeing floating around.
Yeah, it's interesting. Wait, I got to actually share the audio.
Yeah, I would have let you know this time.
I figured it out.
I wouldn't have any more mess ups like that.
Superman. The most powerful being on planet Earth. We finally meet. Now, as planned, I'll destroy you. And of course, that reporter you always do interviews with. Who raised you as a child? I'll kill them too.
No matter what you do to me, Luther, your plans won't work.
Wrap it up.
Good luck with that.
Did those teeth bounce off the camera lens?
They did. And look.
What?
And he's teaming up with Crypto. Crypto's very involved in this fight.
Is that fourth wall breaking?
It is a little bit, and I don't know how much I like that. Also, look, I don't know. This is obviously one of Lex's soldiers. I don't know. They've obviously got a suit. They're up there in the sky. I don't know if they have powers of any sort. I don't know if they're enhanced. I don't fucking know. I know that Superman just hit the shit out of him. That Superman just hit the shit out of this dude. So he's got to be on something.
Yeah.
Make a move, Big Blue.
There's some questionable effects work throughout it. And here's the thing. I don't know how much of it is like, oh, they're not finished, and how much of it is like stylized. If you remember, the cinematographer for this movie is the same cinematographer for The Flash.
Yeah.
And I feel like we saw a lot of questionable effects decisions in that as well.
They chose him. Let them die.
Hey! Quit messing around!
I'm not messing around. I'm doing important stuff.
Man, is it me or
I hate this joke. But
is
what
it
are you
me
going to say?
or the entire? It seems like this entire film, Superman just gets his butt handed to him in every teaser trailer from every person in this movie. He just gets beat up all the time. Like he is just constantly like losing.
Well,
Like all the time. If that was like whatever
don't know,
whatever
like
that soldier was that he punched, if Superman really punched a regular guy, his head would explode like a watermelon.
That's what I
So-
mean. So like, I'm very curious about now. Superman can like, especially a highly trained Superman can control it and only
He
use
can,
partial.
yeah.
Like, he can do those things for sure. But I do wonder who these guys are because here's more of them. And if you just look at the sequence, this sequence looks badass in terms of him using his heat vision this way. But are all these people just fucking dead? Watch this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like, hey, they should be dead unless they're all like super soldiers.
I just don't know. I don't have enough context to tell you what these things are, who these people are, or if Superman's literally just killing them all right here. But we do have an end.
Hey, buddy. Eyes up here.
I'm just saying, like in all that we've seen so far, it's just he's just getting destroyed, and he's yelling at Lois Lane over a media interview. Like that's all. That's all we've seen so far. Maybe that's to build tension. You know, how is he going to escape that? It's freaking Superman. I don't know.
But I don't mind seeing him fighting and seeing him like going up against massive fucking threats and huge kaijus and fucking. I don't mind that at all. Now, obviously, I think a lot of the portions where he is getting like beat up, like as you would put it, I think a lot of those are from Ultraman, who is basically just going to be Superman,
Yeah.
in my opinion. But we'll see. The trailer,
You
here's
mean
the-
Wonder Man?
No, Ultraman. I was curious, like the guy in the black suit with the U.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
I'm pretty sure that is
I'm
just
getting
gonna
my
be like
wires
some clone
crossed.
version of Superman or something.
Yeah.
But I was excited when they announced Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor because I think he's a really good actor. I don't like the voiceover in the beginning. I don't mind the dialogue specifically.
Does he sound like whiny?
Yeah, there's something about it I don't like. Like it doesn't seem. I wish it sounded more intimidating. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In a sense. But
I guess we'll see. The audience decides.
I do think that this was probably the best trailer. If I'm being honest with you, Mr. Terrific looks weird in his little chair. Like his outfit actually looks really good for Mr. Terrific. What do you think about this one?
Yeah, what is that?
Maybe he's holding baby Brainiac.
Some kind of baby, and
Maybe that's Martian Manhunter.
gosh, they have really added a lot of people in this film. Do we know the runtime? How are they going to put all that stuff in there? Wait, is
Just
that
a little
Lois
over
Lane?
2 hours. 2 hours, 9 minutes or something like that.
Oh,
I hate this joke.
Quit messing around!
I'm not messing around. I'm doing important stuff.
as he gets beat up again. So we've got weak Superman up against female-led Fantastic Four, while no one is talking about dinosaurs. Yep. Dinosaurs will rule them all.
Yeah, I mean, look, what did I say before? That I think Fantastic Four and Superman both going to end up in that 650 to 700 million threshold.
Yeah.
Maybe Fantastic Four 750, maybe Superman 700. But you got to factor in these budgets. We really don't know what Fantastic Four is yet. But in terms of Superman, we know the kind of dog shit 225 million number that's out there. In reality, 363 million was reported. With tax breaks, it's probably closer to 300.
Yeah.
But also a $200 million marketing budget.
Yeah.
So 700 mil, that might cut it for their reputation wise. Make sure it makes more than Man of Steel. I mean, not with inflation factored in, but just from their perspective. But I think it would still be a disappointment for them financially.
And then like right after Superman, Supergirl, I think that's already finished filming.
Yeah.
Because I think she was on the talk show saying like, yeah, we're all done. It's all wrapped up. So it's like they're just gonna start knocking these things out once a year. Maybe.
I don't know.
What was supposed to happen after Supergirl?
A little bit on like doing a ton of production. I think they want to see how this performs before they really
start, that's true.
Like getting ahead on all of this stuff they have going on. But yeah.
I think if both these movies do very, very poorly, that will, I mean, that's gonna show some serious superhero or poorly written superhero fatigue. Even if these movies are not written bad, but if it's like if people are just like, yeah, I can wait. I'd rather watch something else. That's not a good sign for superhero films in the future, that's for sure.
Rufio for $4.99. When I was a kid, I'm 35, basically my age. Pizza Hut was the absolute GOAT. I don't touch it now. Papa John's is now the GOAT. What happened to Pizza Hut? Honestly, Papa John's up their game. I feel like Papa John's up their game. They're also more expensive than Pizza Hut in general. I still eat a lot of Pizza Hut. So I'm still riding with the Hut. Okay. I don't know about you, but I'm still riding.
Thin and crispy guy over here.
Thin and crispy.
Yeah.
Way underrated. Pepperoni lovers, thin and crispy.
I love it. One of my favorites. Agreed.
Yes. Yeah, Papa John's is fucking awesome.
Yeah, I don't mind them either.
Ugh. Papa John's used to be for a while. It used to just be like, oh yeah, they've got the garlic butter you can dip your crust in. Like that was like how that pizza was known for a while. Then they really started taking off. They did great with the marketing with Papa fucking whatever his name is, John. I don't forget what his last name is. He said the N-word. That guy.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Like they really did a good job with marketing and like bringing it to people. I think that was one of the reasons they started really taking off.
I think they did well with the marketing to the football audience.
100%. Peyton Manning's dumb fucking ass.
That was a big deal.
Booster Gold for $5. The local zoo is the trailer park. Shadow saying Flash level CGI. It's from the same cinematographer.
Yeah.
Booster Gold Superman, not cinnamon. Superman can control how hard he hits people or things. That being said, I hope this movie does well.
Correct. I was just saying, like, it looked like he was swinging pretty.
He knocked the motherfucker's teeth out, like,
yeah.
That's a shot from Superman there. Shadow saying, is James Gunn directing this? I'm not sure. I couldn't tell. Clyde Dashing, mediocre man, the hero we deserve, not the hero we need. Tobias, I think Twin Perfect put it best to describe a regular criminal fighting Batman v Superman. Batman hits you, you get punched in the face. Superman hits you, you get punched into space.
What?
Go ahead, read it.
Batman hits you, you get punched in the face. Superman hits you, you get punched in the face.
You get punched into space.
Oh, okay. Got it. It's been a day, man. Mario Kart stream.
Yeah, it fucks my life up.
Apologies.
My body doesn't feel right.
Daily Crew.
Godzilla's Greaser for $5. Since everyone else seems to have forgotten, happy Superman Day.
Is that today?
Is it June 12th?
You got to be honest. I can't keep up.
Orangutan. Jeremy said it right. Like, not even what he said makes sense if he was trying to sound it out. Like, if he said orangutan or whatever, orange Ugantan. Andre CR, just make a hot Supergirl movie with her titties out. Not that hard.
Who's playing Supergirl?
Well, she's supposed to be kind of young. This is not Power Girl. Okay, this is Supergirl.
The girl playing Supergirl was from House of Dragon, right?
Yeah, it's fucking. God damn it! What's her name?
I don't know.
There's a penis in her name. If that makes sense, that helps you at all. Why is her name escaping me right now? Millie Alcock.
Okay.
There it is.
Yeah.
There it is. It came to me. My fucking brain. But yeah, I told you.
In her name. Okay.
There is. Well, like her name's, I think it's Alcock, but I mean Alcock. You know, it sticks out to me for some reason. Domino's is better than both of them. I really like Domino's.
I'm not against it.
To be honest, most of the time I would put Pizza Hut at the bottom of those three now, but I still really like Pizza Hut. Now, I think the biggest difference between all those is the other, like Pizza Hut is the only ones I think that has their crusts frozen. You know what I mean?
I don't have that in-depth knowledge on that kind of stuff.
Well, I'm a kind of a connoisseur of, chain pizza restaurants. And I believe that Domino's, like, they press the dough out. Papa John's press the dough out. I believe, at least this is the way it was a while ago, was Pizza Hut, they do it, but then they like pre-make them. They pre-make the dough and then put it in the freezer or whatever, or the fridge, whatever it is. Whereas everybody else, they'll fucking slap one down and like make the pizza out. Does that make sense?
Sure. As long as it tastes good. I don't care.
It does taste good.
Yeah.
Razor Burn, Chicago, Detroit, or New York style pizza.
Oh man.
If you give me those options, probably New York. Like I like thin crust. I do think like the Northeast though, like the New Haven stuff, the thin and crunchy and crispy kind. I like that. That is personally my favorite ever. Now, normal. So Chicago style, when you don't think about deep dish, is actually very similar to kind of that Northeast New Haven type of pizza feeling. That's what most people in Chicago eat on a daily basis, not fucking deep dish pizza. Like that's every once in a while type of thing. But that is my favorite, the thin and crunchy.
I like big New York style. Chicago is great. Don't get me wrong. You need a fork with that thing.
It's like a lasagna, man.
It's pretty awesome, though.
Did you have the thin, though?
Not in Chicago, no. I wasn't there long enough. But I did go to one of those places.
You went one time. That is long enough.
Yeah, but I had to work, so it's like I couldn't get. I had the deep dish Chicago from, I don't know what it was called, but it was pretty awesome.
Foxwolf for 199. Papa John's pizzas is bigger for all my. Never mind. I see what you did there. Jerry on the spot. The teeth could have hit a Mr. Terrific T-sphere filming the fight. I suppose that's true. If we're not actually, if that's not the camera, we'll have to wait for the movie to see if that is true. Storm Shadow. Jeremy and Beardo didn't get enough Pizza Hut personal pan pizzas as kids. That's why they can't read. Pizza Hut book it program was awesome. Oh, dude. I love that shit. You remember that? You might have been too old.
Yeah.
When I was in school.
Book? No, I don't remember that.
When I was in school, if you read like a book or something, if you read enough books in a given week or a month, they handed out like your local Pizza Hut worked with your local school and they handed out coupons for a free personal pan pizza.
We had that for McDonald's. You get a cheeseburger. You filled out this card and you're like, I read like 10 books.
Bro, that was back when cheeseburgers
So-
were like 49 cents.
We might have had it when I was there. I just don't remember. I just remember the cheeseburger.
Pizza, Master Ross says, pizza was every Friday night while watching TGIF on ABC. Good times. It was good times.
That's like when mom gave me an extra $5 to go to the Scholastic Book Fair, and I walked in like I was a pimp while everybody else had $1.
Yeah, dude.
You know?
I got
Buying
a
bunch
big
of books for 10 cents. I came out with the biggest haul of books I never read.
Bro,
But it was all
random
about status.
a badass folder and a dumb pencil case. I remember I got do you remember Elton Brand
Oh,
from Duke who went to the Bulls?
no.
Basketball player. But anyway, I got an Elton Brand poster at one of those Scholastic Book Fair things. I was so
Really?
excited. Yeah, it's still up on the wall in my untouched bedroom, like at my house. So
Those were the days.
those were the days.
You only
baby.
got $1. You can only get 2 things. I'm walking out of here with 6.
The good old days. Snacks for a buck. What do you need to defeat Mary Sue Storm and Silver Surf her? Guns. Lots of guns with 2 N's. Derek PG Beller. People so paranoid about food stuff nowadays. Yet here I am drinking 1 Monster a day for 9 months to show the fear mongering is overblown. And then I'll be fine. Happy 28th birthday, Aaron D. 28? I thought she was younger than that. Is she 28?
29.
29. There you go. Happy birthday, Lady Aaron D. Derek PG Beller, thin crust is so gay. I like mine thick and girthy and... Oh, wait. Never mind. See? Yeah. There you go. It's like Daredevil. All right, let's talk about this Ironheart thing.
Oh,
Bro, I have been sitting way too much. Fucking streaming daily yesterday, doing my stream yesterday. Fucking Mario Kart.
what is going on with Ironheart, dude? Another show that nobody cares about. I'm surprised they just don't release the entire thing, just be over with. Just it's out there. Enjoy. How much you want to bet in a year from now that gets removed from Disney Plus, like they did Willow? They just don't want that embarrassment up there.
I don't think it happens for the black girl lead.
Oh, so the gay black girl lead, they did. They took that out. That was Willow.
Yeah, but the show is named Willow, you know? This one is Ironheart. Ironheart. Let's get into this because we talked about it. Me and Beardo talked about this yesterday, but they did drop a trailer for Ironheart. We're now 2 weeks away, Jay. We're 2 weeks away from the release of Ironheart on Disney Plus. It seems like no one cares about it. It seems like it was almost forgotten. They didn't put a trailer out until like a month before, period. It does look like they heard some of the backlash for the first trailer, which got 500,000 dislikes. This one only has 45,000 to 40,000 likes. Still got ratioed, but they changed a little bit from I want to be iconic and we're going to thieve and shit and we're going to steal shit and I'm just the smartest person in the world and nobody understands that. They changed a little bit of that into like, hey, sometimes to know who you are, you got to break a thing down to become a hero, whatever. Still not all that well received. However, Dominique Thorne, the star, Riri Williams, Ironheart, she's saying, look out for more of me in the MCU, guys. Ironheart star Dominique Thorne teases her Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars appearance. It seems like a massive crossover could be on the horizon for Riri Williams. In an exclusive interview with the Direct, Ironheart star addressed the possibility of Riri Williams appearing in Avengers Doomsday or its sequel, Secret Wars. This comes in the wake of fans theorizing that Marvel Studios will soon include a young Avengers of Champions team to the MCU that would include Ironheart. Now, this young Avengers thing, it's been talked about for a long time, and it's a terrible idea because it would include a lot of these characters that no one has any interest in seeing anymore. With the exception of Kate Bishop, almost all these other characters I found to be absolutely miserable.
That's what I think.
But yeah, like imagine a team that's Miss Marvel, America Chavez, Cassie Lang, Ant-Man's daughter, who was fucking annoying and terrible in Ant-Man 3, by the way. Maybe the gay dude from Agatha, Ironheart. Like, these are the types of things we're talking about. And they have teased this even within some of their own content. This was Disney Treasure at the Worlds of Marvel Resort. They were randomly playing this on the walls.
Three of our youngest heroes, Cassie Lang, America Chavez, and Riri Williams, celebrating their latest victory. Teamwork is the key.
He's up shuffleboard.
I think that was on a cruise, right?
I believe so.
Yeah, so they're forced to watch that. That's exactly what that is. So, yeah.
So this has been something that has been out there. Riri Williams was included with those characters they wanted initially to do this Young Avengers thing. Whether it will actually happen or not, that remains to be seen. But Riri Williams, not Riri Williams, Dominique Thorne was talking about this. During the exclusive interview, Ironheart actress Dominique Thorne was asked what the odds were her character would appear in Avengers Doomsday or Secret Wars. She coyly indicated an appearance would happen, stating the odds might be in our favor before leaving her answer rather open-ended. Oh, you know, what can I say? The odds might be in our favor. Who knows? We'll see. We'll see. Do you think that Riri Williams will appear in Doomsday, Jay? That Ironheart will appear in Doomsday?
I don't think Doomsday, but maybe Secret Wars, just because that's where they just add everybody in. But there was a report out yesterday that C-Cum Lu had finished all his filming for the Doomsday movie, which just started filming. So basically, you're telling me that Shang-Chi showed up probably. He just kind of dropped in and he's standing in the back with a bunch of heroes. And that's probably all he's going to be in that film.
Hopefully he died.
So like that's the only thing I could think of. It's like, hey, we're all going to get together like a group photo. And, you know, like at the end of Endgame, when they had everybody there fighting, they had like 5 seconds of screen time because it was reported like he's finished all his filming for these films. I was like, what? What the heck are you talking about? Yeah, I mean, I don't need to bring the report up. I have it, but it's just like maybe that's all she gets is like she'll just drop in and be in the back and maybe like shoot somebody, and then that's the end of it. So
remember the women can do things too scene from Endgame?
Yeah.
What if they have one of those with all the young Avengers?
Just to see if people would clap.
Yeah.
It wouldn't surprise me. So maybe Shang-Chi dies. Yeah, that would be, he gets stepped on.
I would love that because I think his character sucks. Maybe he's just a delivery man and like maybe just drops off some egg rolls or something and then fucks off. I don't know.
Why does drunk 3PO talk so loud? Am I coming in hot? I'm sorry. Let me check. I got it on.
Not really.
Mike
I think you're
automatically
fine.
adjusts. So sorry about that.
I think you're fine.
All right.
But yeah, dude, if they do, and they've been teasing it for forever, it would be a massive mistake for them to include these characters that have been rejected wholeheartedly. Ironheart's going to be a miserable disaster for them. There's no reason to continue on with this character. When these characters don't work, when they fail, when they're not fucking important, they don't need to be included in this shit. They don't. You can just forget about them.
Yeah, 100%. And that is exactly... This show's going to come out and leave, and I don't even know if people will make review videos of it except for the ones that are being paid to do so. Pretty much it. It's they need to rope it in, man.
I mean, it's my most anticipated Marvel release of the year because I get to laugh.
I hope we get a full report when you watch it. You know, on daily. And look at Alec Baldwin's finger dropping 50 gifted memberships to save us from this nightmare.
50 gifted memberships from ABF Alec Baldwin's finger, he don't miss. Thank you, Alec Baldwin's finger.
Says nothing. Forget I said that.
Alec Baldwin's finger has been inside Hilaria Baldwin.
You can't say anything when you do gifted membership. Holy crap! What a day.
Thanks for explaining.
I
was
need
just
to go to the
ignore...
movies and sit and not do anything the rest of the day. Holy crap!
The Trillists, I guess I missed this earlier. The banter in Guardians of the Galaxy kind of ruins superhero films. I do, because I think they all try to do it. They all try to copy it. And I think it was a problem because it works when it's those characters. You can have a handful of characters that do act like that. But then when you start to get into these big team ups and everybody talks with these fucking constant little quips like that, it gets annoying.
It's like when they made Thor dumber and dumber and dumber and dumber. Now they're like, oh, it's working for him. Let's make all the characters talk dumb.
Well, when they decided that they needed Thor, like, Thor is a funny character, right? You can have a lot of humor with Thor as a character, but it has to be the humor that this is kind of a fish out of water type, that this is somebody who doesn't understand these customs. This is somebody who's lived for thousands of years and doesn't understand sarcasm. And like, you can have fun with that and you can have humor with that. When you decide to this god who's lived for thousands and thousands of years, who doesn't understand these customs or sarcasms or like earth jokes and shit like that, when you decide as soon as he fucks Jane Foster, all of a sudden he understands it, becomes this wisecracking motherfucker, that pisses me off. That's why I didn't like that shit in Ragnarok. Now we saw what happened. Yeah. The Trillist for 5 said, you talked about pizza instead of reading my super chat. Fatties. Yeah, that's our fault. We're all hungry. I'm about to eat right after this. Blue-Eyed Scorpio for $1.99. Ryan, I got a jury summons. Take my place. No. I don't even go to my own jury summons. Why would I go to yours? Yado-kun for 5. The actor that played Wiccan said in an interview he didn't want to get typecast as a twink. So he decided to take that role. You are what you eat, I suppose. So, Jens, member for 44 months. Oh, Lord is being on X today. Fun libtards are having a meltdown. Isn't that every day on X?
Yeah, I was about to say, isn't that the only thing I see on X right now is like a giant plane crash. God rest the souls of all the people that died.
What plane?
Plane in India crashed and it had one survivor. The guy who survived jumped out of the door of the plane, fell on the earth before the plane exploded. Crazy.
Wait, he jumped out?
He jumped out of the plane door when it was heading down to crash.
Oh.
Yeah. And he survived. So, hey, look at this crap. Hold on. I know this ain't pop culture news, but this guy, like 30 seconds after takeoff, there was a loud noise and the plane crashed. All happened so quickly when I got up there. The bodies were around me, but basically, apparently he jumped out of he opened up the door when it was crashing and just jumped out.
That's wild. Yeah, I don't like to imagine the idea of taking planes in shithole countries. But I'm glad they told us he was a British national. I wouldn't have been able to tell from that. Vlad the Man for 199. Hello, guys. Fry rye. Thanks, Vlad the Man. John East. Is Jay retarded?
Probably.
Depends on the definition. Depends who you ask. Snacks for $1 on Rumble. Re-looted heart. Relooted. Yeah. That's gonna be fun when that comes out. But I think that's it. I think we're all done, Jay.
Oh. Another Thursday in the bags, or in the books.
Another Thursday.
We got to end the stream, man. Oh my goodness, I need to get some substance.
You didn't eat your toast and eggs or whatever this
No,
morning?
I didn't. No, hungry.
There you go. I'm gonna go.
I'm gonna go watch a movie too.
Yeah, figure out a way to. I gotta work out at some point. I gotta go watch How to Train Your Dragon. Got videos to edit, all that stuff, all that good stuff. But you got anything going on tonight other than that? Anything you want to let the people know about?
I want to thank everyone who picked up Saints and Sinners. We just crossed 8,000 books sold. That's quite amazing. So thank you guys so much for the support on that. I hope you guys that bought it and really enjoy the story. So got about 30 days left.
Very cool. Maximus, are you retarded? Thanks, Maximus. We always need one of those every single stream. I think we're all caught up on locals. We're all caught up on Rumble and, of course, here on YouTube. And we will talk to you guys tomorrow. 5 out of 5 dailies for me this week. 5 out of 5. X-Ray Girl said it's not as good as the original. Well, I'll take that to heart. So we'll see. I'll let you guys know what I think. And then everyone can go tell people what I said about things as if it should matter. All right, we'll talk to you guys later.
Bye. Everyone.